Hello everyone, welcome back to today's C++ class. Today we are going to learn one of the most important topics in C++, variables. In this lesson, we will learn what a variable is, why we use variable, data types, syntax, declaration, initialization, naming rules, and scope of variables. So let's get started. What is a variable? Imagine you have different boxes. One box stores chocolate, the other stores toys, and the third one stores books. To identify each box, we give it a name. In C++, a variable works in the same way. A variable is a named container that will store data like int or float. For example, if I have a box named age, I can store the value 12 inside it. Definition: a variable is a named memory location used to store data that can change during program execution. Why do we use variables? Instead of writing the same value again and again, we store it once in a variable. Example, age equals to 12. Now, whenever the programmer needs the age, it uses the variable name instead of writing 12 everywhere. This makes program easier to write and update. Syntax is data type, like the type of data, int, float, character, etc. Then we have to write name of the variable, value, data stored in the variable, and then it will end with a semicolon. Example, int age equals to 12. Here int is data type, age is a variable name, and 12 is the value given. Now we will study about data types with syntax. A data type specifies the type of data that a variable can store. Simply, data type tells the computer what kind of value will be stored inside the variable. Types of data are int. Int is used to store whole numbers. Syntax is given. Int variable name, let's assume as age, and the value will be 18. So it will store 18 or 20, 100, -5, but it will only contain a whole number. Float, on the other hand, is used to store decimal numbers. Float height equals to 5.8, or the value can be 10.25, 3.14, and so on. The third one is double. Double is used to store decimal numbers with higher precision than float. Double pi equals to 3.14159265535. Any number which is having a higher precision will be stored here. Higher precision means how precisely a number is stored or how precisely a number is given. Fourth one is char. Char is used to store a single character, like char grade equals to capital A, small b, or capital Z, small z. And we have to always remember that characters always use single quotation to store its value. The fifth one is bool. Bool stores only two values, which is true or false. Bool passed equals to true means the value is true and the other value will be false. For example, syntax bool variable name equals to true, or it can either be bool variable name equals to false. The sixth one is string. String is used to store text, words, or sentences, like string name equals to Saranya, or string name equals to Rahul. Always remember that string will always use double quotation to store its value. We will study about declaration and initialization. Declaration, it is the process of creating a variable by specifying its data types and name. Syntax will be as follows: data type and then the variable name. We have to write the variable name as age and the data type will be int. So by this we are getting some idea that whole number is going to store in age. The variable is created but no value is stored yet, as it is just the declaration. Initialization, on the other hand, means giving a value of the variable. Like the variable name, we have given age, and for the value we will assume it as 12. So anything which is declared has to be initialized. The initialized number or value is 12. Declaration with initialization, we can also do both in one line, like data type, variable name, and the value. Example will be int age equals to 12. This is the most commonly used method to store. Declaration with initialization means creating a value and assigning a value at the same time. Now we will start with variable naming rule. The first rule is it starts with a letter or underscore. It cannot be a number, like 2 age is wrong. Rule number 2, no spaces allowed. We can't give space in between the words. If we are giving space, then we have to give underscore and then write student underscore name. Rule number 3, never use C++ keywords like int, while, for. Rule number 4, C++ is case sensitive, so small age, capital A, G, E, and capital A, capital G, capital E, all are different variables. Rule number 5 is use meaningful names like student name, total marks, salary. Do not use anything like 2 students, 2 name. Scope of a variable. We have local and global variable. What is a scope? A variable is the area of the program where the variable can be accessed or used. Let's imagine you have a toy. If the toy stays only in your bedroom, only you can use it there. This is called a local variable. If the toy is kept in the living room, everyone in the house can use it. This is called a global variable. A local variable is declared inside a function or block and can be used only within the function or block. Syntax: int main, and inside the function we have the value 18 as age. But in global variable, it is declared outside all functions and can be accessed throughout the program. Just like I mentioned the toy. If it is kept in the living room, then everyone in the house will use it. Just like that, if we kept value 18 outside the local variable, then everyone will have the access. So int age equals to 18, and then inside int main we will have nothing. So this is just a form of representing local and global variable. Let's understand this with a small C++ code. The first line is include IOStream. It is used for input and output. And if we write using namespace std, we do not have to write again and again std. Int global var equals to 100. A variable named global var is created. It is declared outside all functions. Therefore, it is called a global variable. Any function in the program can be able to use it. Int local var equals to 50. Local var is declared inside the display function. It is called a local variable. It can be used only inside display. But display can access global variable. Display can also access local var. This is because local var belongs to the same function. Int main program execution starts from the main function. The display function is called. It prints both the global and local variable. Main can also access global variable, and again because it is a global variable. Line number 20, you can see this is a commented out because if we remove double slash and run it, the compiler will give an error like local var was not declared in this scope. Because of the reason local var was created inside display, so it is not visible inside main. So this is the whole concept of global and local variable. The output will be, for global variable it will be 100, and for the local variable it will be 50. Global variable declared outside all function, local will be declared inside the function. Global variable can be accessible from every function in the program, and local variable will be accessible within that function or block. So global variable exists throughout the program execution, and local variable will exist only while the function is running. If you want, I will tell you the easy trick to remember. Local variable, assume it as one room. Only people inside that room can use it. Global variable, whole house. Everyone in that house can use it, like the backpack. Let's have a quick recap on what we studied today. Variables, what is that? Named memory location. General syntax is data type, then variable name, and then the value. Int age equals to 18. Data type, int, float, double, char, bool, string. We studied declaration, initialization, and then naming rules, local and global variables. That's all for today, guys. If you practice writing these daily, you will get comfortable in C++. Thank you for watching. See you in the next class. If this video helped, then subscribe and like, share it with your friends.